I was thinking about The Wizard of Oz on my way to the station today. I'm in the studios of Q101 and WCKG, and you can see the video green screen room and the lights in the other room. Right now I'm in the air studio, and I was thinking about The Wizard of Oz, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think what got me thinking about it was I'm re-watching Mad Men, one of my favorite shows, and there was a scene in Mad Men where Draper says, "I feel like Dorothy," and everything just turned to color. The Wizard of Oz was really the actual wizard, not the movie, but the character, the wizard, was really ahead of his time, because he knew that all he had to do was stay behind the curtain and present an image and present a persona and do so in voice, and he did it in hologram. And it's a lot like Facebook. It's a lot like media, the way that he presented himself. And what happened was he presented himself a certain way consistently, and he did it very well. And then before you know it, word got out, and from the west to the east, from Glinda on the good side to the Wicked Witches on the bad side, everyone, to the Munchkins in Munchkinland, as far away as Munchkinland, everybody knew this wizard is the shit, man. Like, you need something, you go to the wizard. And the reason why everyone believed that is because they were told it by the wizard, and they were presented with this persona so confidently, so assuredly, that there was almost no refuting it. The problem the wizard had is the problem that a lot of people that present the wrong persona or a false persona or can't back up their stuff have. And the problem that he had was, in the end, he really couldn't back up his shit. Like, he didn't have any magic powers. Everyone thought that the wizard really had everything right here, like he could change your life. And he couldn't. And he knew he couldn't. And finally, when he knew he was going to be discovered as a fraud, he had to get creative and figure out, how am I going to present a fix or a solution to, this Tin Man who needs a heart, and this lion who needs courage, and this Dorothy who needs to get home, and Toto who just wants some fresh biscuits from Annie M, and the brain for the Scarecrow. If I only had a brain. He had to figure out a way to get them what they wanted, because he couldn't back his stuff up. We today have the power to do what the wizard did in presenting ourselves in a way that everyone knows what we do. Everyone knows that we're great at it. Everyone knows the kind of people that we work with, and our reputations precede us so far reaching that they get out to Munchkinland. So when you go to Munchkinland, they know that's the guy. She's the lady. She's the one. The danger is, in order to really do that and capitalize it, we got to be able to back our stuff up. Now, I know there's lots of folks out there that can back up their claims or their magic. You have skills. You have skills that are great. You have skills that can really help people and make them more money and transform their soul and do better for people and make a difference. But sometimes what we're missing, those of us who have the magic, we're missing that man behind the curtain presentation. We're missing that delivery, that consistent and congruent delivery that the wizard was so good at, that got everyone knowing who he was and what he was about and what he was known for and why and where to find him and how to find him. Man, you follow the yellow brick road, you're going to get to the wizard. I mean, the guy was amazing. Imagine if he could really back it up. Obviously, in the end, spoiler alert for those of you, the 3 people out there that haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, he gets creative and figures out a way to spin his delivery, which isn't quite the same. But folks like you and I that work with high-level performers, we need what the wizard does. We need somebody to help us project the hologram, the avatar of our persona out there. And that's what is separating a lot of times folks that have really great magic from folks that have really great magic and everyone uses them. So what I do is I help people figure that out and focus on their persona and delivering their persona across every media platform so that your message is consistent and congruent across the board, and everyone knows you're the wizard and what you're the wizard of and how to find you and what the yellow brick road is that gets to you. And we do that by sort of turning up the dial on some things that you're already doing. So if you're already podcasting, or you're already doing vlogs, or you're already doing produced videos, or you're doing teleseminars or webinars or emails, what we do is we have a system that I call code, and it's we create your contents, create once, deliver everywhere. We create your content once in a way that allows you to use it for everything. It becomes a radio show, it becomes a podcast, it becomes a teleseminar call, it becomes a track on a CD, it becomes a chapter in a book, it becomes an email that goes out to your list, it becomes teasers for you to use on the web to give away free content as a lead magnet. It becomes everything you ever needed, and the beauty of it is you only did it once. I liken it to Native Americans in the Great West. When they killed a buffalo, they took everything out of the buffalo. They used every piece of it because they didn't know the next time they were going to get a buffalo. So they had to tan the hide. They had to use the sacks of the organs as water sacks and clean them out. They had to use the sinew and the bones for weapons and sewing materials. They had to use the fur for clothing. And then they had to take the things that were going to spoil right away. By the way, those things I just mentioned were all evergreen, like your content, some of it. Then they had to take some of the things that they knew were going to spoil very quickly, like the meat and the organs. And they had to make sure that they cured it or consumed it right away. And that's what we do with your content, and it is life-changing. Once people go through it, they never go back to doing things the way they did before, and they're freed up to have more time to focus on all the other stuff, like delivering their magic. So they get the man behind the curtain vibe. They get the presentation of being the wizard without having to do 20 times the work. I can't encourage you enough to find a way to present yourself like the Wizard of Oz, and just make sure you back it up. If you're interested in coming and spending a day with us to help you code your content and deliver it across every platform so that there is no media outlet that can't take it, there is no delivery mechanism or platform on the planet that exists that cannot use your content and cannot share it, send me a message and let's talk about what you're doing and what your magic is. And hopefully you'll find a way to pull out your inner wizard and present yourself in a way that lets everyone know who you are, what you do, and what Yellow Brick Road leads to you and your awesome magic.
Who are you?
Oh, I am the great and powerful Wizard of Oz.
You are? I don't believe you.
No, I'm afraid it's true. There's no other wizard except me. You humbug! Yes, it's exactly so. I'm a humbug.
Oh, you're a very bad man.
Oh, no, my dear. I'm a very good man. I'm just a very bad wizard. The great and Oz has spoken!
Who are you?
Oh, I am the great and powerful Wizard of Oz.